Hi again. The first thing I want to do in this video is go through the resources tab a little bit more, and then we'll look at your weekly assignments, what you're supposed to do each week. So we've already looked in the first video about the introductory videos. The rest of the resources here, you can see down at the bottom, as promised, there's the blank trig graphs, and your trig identities are here, the unit circle, blank paragraphs, all things that you might need throughout the course are under the resources tab. Two very important things are, well, let's do this first. Here's the how to turn in a paper assignment. You'll click here and there's several different options for you on how to turn in your labs and your homework, your written homework. And there's another video for that, so please watch that video and look at your different options. Whichever one's easier for you is fine, but do that. Then looking here, I can't click on it. I'll have to fix that. But this section is all your labs for the semester. It's really important that you print your written labs that I've assigned. If you try to do some of these by hand, drawing a trig graph by hand on a sheet of notebook paper is almost impossible for me to grade. You've really got to print your labs. So what I've done here is I've made one document for you to go to where you can go to the library, to the school, if you've got a printer at home, but if you don't, this is for you. So you can go one time and print all your labs at once. You can also go through and print your homeworks if you choose to do so, but those can be written on notebook paper if absolutely necessary. The labs, you really do need to print those so that I can grade them. That is required. But like I said, I've put them all here in one document so that you can do it. You can print them easily and just hang on to them throughout the semester. I wanted to make that as easy for you as I could. Okay, on to the calendars. So there's two calendars here. There's a weekly calendar because Johnston Community College goes by weeks. Our weeks are generally going to be from Tuesdays to Mondays. Now that seems kind of odd, but that's just the way it laid out. So you can see that every week is laid out here for you what is going to happen. That's also under the weekly assignments. It's the exact same thing. So don't be scared, it's two different things. It's the exact same thing here and there. If you ever see a mistake, please let me know. And I'll fix it. If I change anything, I'll put out an announcement, so keep on your announcements. But I don't plan to change anything unless I've made a typo somewhere. So you can see that here's what you're supposed to do the first week, here's what you're supposed to do the second week, here's your due dates here out to the side, and everything for the whole semester. The second calendar I have is a daily calendar. It's got the same due dates, the same assignments and everything, so don't worry about that. Like I said, if you see a mistake, let me know. But this is for your planning needs. Sometimes I think students look at that weekly calendar and they're like, oh, I can wait till Sunday to get things done by Monday. That would be almost impossible unless you're planning to spend 8 or 9 hours on Sunday working. So here I've played it out day by day. So here's what you're expected to do Tuesday. Wednesday, you could start your first set of notes and do your ALEX objectives. Thursday, you're working on the homework for the first week. Friday, you're working on a lab. The next Monday is an open day. These two things are due, the first homework and the first ALEX objectives are due that day, but it's a day to catch up or to work ahead. And then back to Tuesday, you're going to be doing notes and Alex, and then textbook, homework, a lab. You've got another lab due, and so forth. So everything's laid out for you. If you do this day by day, like I've got it laid out here, then you shouldn't have to spend more than 2 or 3 hours a day working in the course, hopefully less. But I don't want you to wait until the last minute and be overwhelmed. Got to get everything in on time because we do not allow any late work. So print out both of those and follow them carefully. You can use them as a checklist too. So over under the weekly assignments tab, this shows you what you're required to do each week. You can see this is just like the weekly calendar. It's got everything you need to do for the very first week along with the due dates. Everything you need will be under here. Here's some links to the syllabus, the EVQ, the calendars. Here's your introductions board, the first objectives that you're going to be looking at. Okay, so under here is the first set of notes. So what I expect of you, and in order to be very successful in this class, this is what you need to do. First, click on this that says handout. So there's 2 of these here. Click on the handout and print this. No, I'm not requiring that you print it, but it will make things so much easier for you if you do. The video that I have follows this exactly. Here's everything for the section that you need to know, and then there's the examples. And when I complete an example, you fill in the work also. So you don't have to worry about writing out the examples or drawing the complicated pictures or writing out all these definitions and theorems and mess. It's all right here for you. So that's why I do that, to make it easier for you and less time consuming for you. Okay, so please take advantage of what I offer you there. So you're going to print that out and then go to the video. And of course you can make this video bigger. Click on it, watch the video for that section. Now this is just part of section 4.1. The second part is here. Sometimes you'll just have one and sometimes you'll have 2 or 3 parts. So here's another, for the same section, you need to know this material too. Print it out, follow through, watch the video, take notes on it, and you've got everything where you need it. These other ones where it says notes are the same handout but with all the work filled in. So if you need to look back at something quickly on your computer and you don't have your binder with you or something, then you can do that. I do suggest that you get a 3-ring binder and put all your notes in there, all your assignments in there, label them. Just the best way to keep up with things. So after you take your notes, then you're going to go over to Alex and complete the Alex objectives for the week. Be sure that you are registered for Alex before you do that, because there's going to be an initial knowledge check. You're going to have to, that takes about an hour to complete. So you'll want to do that beforehand. But you'll go do so after you've watched the notes, do your Alex for the week. The textbook homework, I've got a printout, I thought. Well, I'll have to make sure that's there for you to print out and write on. and to make things easier. And then you'll upload it here. And the uploading your assignment video shows you how to do that. You'll attach it here, but that's on another video, so I'm not going to spend time on that here. And then there's the lab. You'll click here, print out this lab, unless you did it on the one file that I provided for you. Complete the lab and go in and attach it. So that is week 1. Let's just look quickly at week 2. So week 2, it says go through and read and take notes and watch the videos on 4.2 and 4.3. So here's 4.2. Here's your handout video for section 4.2. After you complete section 4.2, go over to Alex, do the objectives for 4.2. Then come back, 4.3. Here's handout video. There's several of them on here. They're real short though. So for each of these, as I said, I would suggest printing and watching these videos to make sure you understand things. If after you've watched the videos and taken your notes and worked on in Alex and you still don't understand something, feel free to shoot me an email. But I do ask that you go through all these avenues first. This is just as if you were sitting in class and taking notes for lecture in class, okay? So same thing, you're expected to complete the lectures and work on your homework before you ask a lot of questions. And in the homework, and I'll show you in the Alex video, there are lots of avenues in Alex for help. All you have to do is click help me and it will help you. And I show you that in the Alex video. So back to week 2. So you've completed the first, you've completed 4.2 and the Alex, 4.3 in the Alex. Then go to your homework, print that out or do it on your own paper. If you do it on your own paper, you better make sure I can read it, because if I can't read it, I can't grade it. If I can't grade it, you can't get a grade. And then lab. After you've done your homework, I suggest doing the lab last, because the labs are usually a little bit more comprehensive. Except for the first 2 weeks, actually. You could do the labs earlier in the first 2 weeks, if you like. But again, if you look at that calendar, the daily calendar, it'll give you the suggested order that I think would be best for you to go through and work. Okay, see how I've put this lab earlier in the week for week 1 than normal. Okay, so I think that covers what is expected of you each week. And you just shoot me an email if you have any questions. And hopefully it'll be a great semester.